Hello everyone, Nick Narzinski here with our D3 Cam Tech Tip. Today we're going to take a look at using Fusion 360 to take our newly added sheet metal parts into the cam environment and then program them with a laser. So first step, once we have our completed model, we're in the sheet metal environment, and right now if I was to change that to the cam environment and try to program it here, you'll notice the setup is going to find all the outer limits of that folded model. And what we really want is this before it was folded, so we need a flat pattern in there so we can program to how this is going to be cut. So to do that, we'll go back to sheet metal. On the Modify tab, we'll go to Create Flat Pattern. Here it's going to ask you for a face to represent the stationary face, so I'm going to select that one there, say OK. There's our flat pattern, and so now you can see we have a flat pattern up here in our browser. If I was to say Exit Flat, that takes you back to the folded model. And then here, if you need to get back to the flat pattern, you just simply click that dot there. So it's really easy to switch back and forth, and it doesn't matter which one you're in when you go to the cam environment, because you have the ability, they did a really good job with this, to switch which version of the model you're going to be working with in the cam environment also. So I'm just going to simply highlight down here, turn on the flat pattern, and now we're ready to start the setup. So I'm just going to do a setup here. We'll say cutting. We'll go to the stock tab. We'll just say no additional stock on the top and bottom. So I'm going to zero that out and say okay. We got a little bit of material around the outsides. Maybe I'll put a little bit extra in there. And then you can offset this from whichever side you want, depending on how you're going to set this up in your machine. So next we're going to go to cutting. And here I'm going to go to the tool library, and I'm just going to select all. And if you go to by type, you can come down to water jet, laser, plasma, or you can also do it by operation, and then you can see the cutting operation. And when you do that, it will find all the sample libraries for the ones that come with the software. So in here I'm working with the metric. I'm going to select this laser cutter, 0.4 millimeter laser cutter. Get that in the full screen there. Say OK. And then we can go to the geometry tab. And if you guys can't see these tabs, it's a good idea to drag this out to where you can read them. That helps in training whenever you're trying to figure out which tab to go to. So here's the geometry tab, counter selection. You could go through and select individual contours, or you can actually just select that top face. That's going to find all of the contours on the top face of that part. Then you could say whether to start outside or inside. What do you want, loops, outer loops? The heights tab. Here you can see we're going from the retract height for a clearance height, stock top plus 200 thousandths for the retract, and then our top height is going right to the stock top, which is the top of the face, because those are both flush with each other. And then on the passes tab, you've got compensation. So if you need to turn on compensation there, you can do that. And then your linking tab, you have your lead in, lead out, and your pierce clearance value. So once you get all that set, you just say OK, and it will create our laser toolpath, and then you can simulate and post that code out. So new environment there. Hopefully you guys with your cutting or beam machines will have a chance to test this out, and contact us if you have any questions. Look forward to talking to you next time. Thanks guys.